She wears white makeup and an elegant kimono. We meet Maiko in Gion, a geisha district in Kyoto. The Maiko's sudden appearance makes for a more friendly atmosphere. Before a Maiko becomes a geisha, she is first a dancer. Kyoto is the only place in Japan where you can still find geishas.
日本の芸者さんは見たことあるんですけど、舞妓さんっていうのは初めてです。いい経験しました。
Maikos are upholding an old tradition that still remains in Kyoto. But even here, it's not easy to meet a Maiko. A very restrained form of dancing. The dance is reserved, but the dancer's eyes are confident. Simplicity hidden beneath her exquisite appearance. A Maiko resembles one's first impression of Kyoto, which is that of a refined city with a dash of shyness.
こんばんは。
A quiet atmosphere pervades Kyoto, an ancient Japanese capital. It is a traditional city that has 17 UNESCO-designated World Cultural Heritage Sites. But Kyoto is now bustling with activity. In the quiet streets, a large float called a Yamaboko appears, and it is dotted with lanterns. On the eve of Gion Matsuri, one of the three major Matsuris in Japan, the festivities begin.
アプリ日が、ね、巡行という、祭りのハイライトですので、その前の日ですね、夜山は、皆さんが、いろんな浴衣とか着ましてですね、そこの町屋のそういう自分とこのお家の一番いい家宝にしているものを全部出し合いましてですね、で皆さんそれを見ながら、楽しく過ごすということになりますね。
Kyoto's citizens believe that summer begins after the Gion Matsuri is held. They prepare for the festival in July. As dusk settles into the early evening, people start gathering in downtown Kyoto. A joyous experience awaits them in the streets of the festival. Tasting food from street vendors is arguably delightful. Takoyaki are popular bite-sized snacks. In the next stall, yakisoba is fried with black soy sauce. This would make a nice dinner for anyone. But there's more. Across the stall, the sweet flavor of okonomiyaki spreads throughout the street. The Matsuri is in full swing in Kyoto. The last event on the eve of the festival begins. The normally quiet and calm city is transformed into a lively night of festivities. The highlight of the Gion Matsuri, the Yamaboko procession, begins the next morning. The child who will ride on the lead float puts on makeup early in the morning. Wearing white makeup, he will play the part of Ochiko-san, a divine messenger. A young boy between 8 and 10 years old is chosen to ride on the lead float. The child is dressed as Ochiko-san, wearing an elaborate headdress and symbolizing a divine messenger. His costume is complete once he ties his mouth, because as a rule, he must not speak until the procession ends.
その巡行のハイライトといいますと、まず投げとこのしめ縄切りですね。それが一つのハイライトかなと思いますね。で、もう一つは辻回しですかね。で、おちごさんが巡行している途中に太平の舞という 舞をされますので、そういうとこが見どころかなと思います。
As the citizens cheer, Ochiko-san appears and the Yamaboko procession begins. The Ochiko-san represents a divine messenger, and his feet must not touch the ground until the procession ends. Foreigners and people from around Japan flock to the Gion Matsuri to see the Yamaboko. The huge Yamaboko finally starts moving. The Naganita Boko on which Ochiko-san is riding leads the float. Other floats carried by people follow. As the procession reaches its climax, Ochiko-san lifts his sword. He is the focus of the entire crowd. When he cuts the shimenawa, it will signify a new beginning. When the Yamaboko reaches a corner, it will be pulled and pushed over bamboo that has been split and watered down to enable the float to make a turn. Watching a 12-ton hoko turn a corner is exciting, to say the least. The Gion Matsuri has a long tradition in the history of Kyoto. After the Yamaboko procession ends, the people of Kyoto return to their quiet daily lives.
疫病が入り出して多数の人たちが亡くなっていきますと、これは当時まだパストゥールもおりませんでしたから、細菌によるものであるというようなことは分かりませんから、これは恨みを飲んで死んだ人々の怨霊ですかね、恨みを飲んで死んだ人たちのたたりであろうと、こういうふうに当時の人は考えたのです。でその結果、八坂神社の祭神である五頭天皇といわれる神様と、それから怨霊を慰めるという思想とが合体して出来上がったのが、祇園祭で。
The streets are quiet after the festival ends. Now it is time to see Kyoto's traditions through its food. Kaiseki yori is the ultimate traditional Japanese food. The basic kaiseki yori course includes one kind of soup and 3 kinds of vegetable dishes. Small dishes of sashimi, grilled fish, and steamed food are served too. In addition, a cup of clear soup and a plate of vegetables and seafood follow. Kaiseki yori is presented in beautiful dinnerware, and fresh ingredients are used to enhance the original taste of the ingredients.
懐石料理はまず第一に旬の食材がありまして、それをいかに素材の風味を生かして殺さずに作るかというのを第一に置きます。それによって、生で食べるか、もしくは焼いて食べるか、それから炊いて食べるか、いろいろそのさまざまな調理法があります。
Sashimi is the first dish served in kaiseki yori. The ingredients must be fresh and the chef must be skilled in preparing it. Needless to say, the presentation of the food is very important. Grilled or simmered dishes are served next. A clear soup is served after that. To add flavor to the broth, the chef must prepare eels. The eels are split and sprinkled with flour. Then they are placed in ice water. After this, pyogo mushrooms are added to the soup, which is made of kelp and katsuobushi. The boiled eel is then added. The soup is served in a small bowl. After decorations are added, it is ready to be served. The fourth dish is grilled fish. The key is to enhance the natural flavor of the ingredients. The beautiful decorations made by the chef are impressive.
懐石料理というのは基本的には一汁三菜、一つのお味噌仕立てのお汁、それから別に野菜ではなくて何かこう食べるものですね、焼いてもいいですし和え物でもいいですし生ものでもいいんですが、そういったものの3つのお料理、これとの組み合わせが懐石料理のベースになっておりまして。
A modern building stands amid the traditional streets of Kyoto. But a new world unfolds inside the building. This is a film studio lot filled with ancient-looking buildings. Period films can be filmed in the large open sets, and people can watch traditional performances, such as a ninja show. You can glimpse the history and culture of Kyoto. The Gion district is near downtown Kyoto. Flat stones have been laid in the narrow alleys. It is a traditional style street where visitors can feel the passing of time, as if they have been transported to the Edo period. You can watch traditional maikos dance here as well. Maikos cover their necks and faces with white powder. Their faces are completely white, only their lips are red. And their pale white complexion gives them the appearance of a corpse.
舞妓さんを作るにあたってですか、やっぱり舞妓さん幼い方なんですよ。10代後半から20代までの方なので、やっぱり変身される方でもちょっと幼い感じが出るように可愛らしくメイクをしてます。
After their makeup is applied, maikos wear a katsura and then a kimono. The kimono that maikos wear are different from those worn by geishas. The sleeves and obi are longer. The kimono and obi worn by a maiko are more colorful than a geisha's. Maikos wear long hair ornaments, but as they get older, they wear shorter ones with simple designs.
なりきりまして、もすごい着物はギュッとしてますし、これもギュッと着てますけど、でもだから気分はなりきってますね。
はい。Now it is time to walk the streets. How does it feel to walk around Kyoto as a maiko, wearing a geita and a magnificent obi? The sight of the doll-faced maikos on these ordinary Kyoto streets makes for an elegant scene.
舞妓さんはやはり特殊な世界ではあるので、みんながこういった格好を、昔していたというわけではないですけれども、華やかな世界を体験できて、それは一つの経験としてとても、はい、楽しいことだと思いますね。はい。
But you don't need to dress up like a maiko to experience Kyoto. In the traditional streets of Gion, which are laden with history, you can take part in plenty of programs to get immersed in the culture. Kimonos are one of the most extravagant traditions preserved in Kyoto. The cloth, beautiful colors, and patterns of a kimono attract the eyes of everyone who beholds one. A woman wearing a kimono is like a walking piece of art. The obi is the most important accessory of a kimono. Weavers use looms to make obis that exhibit tightly woven cloth and a smooth texture. The secret to the colorful kimonos lies in the dyes. To begin the process of dyeing cloth, you first draw an outline on the cloth. This serves as a foundation for patterns. Delicate hands are required to weave a pattern into the cloth.
はい、デザインはね、日本文様を、主にはしますが、その中でもやはりシルクロードとか、分かりやすく言えばシルクロードとか、はいはい、それからいろんなその時の時代にあった景色とかそういうのを交え持って新しい創作をします。はい。
Adding color to the patterns is an important step in making colorful kimonos. A master uses a brush to color them in fine strokes.
ですね、今私のしてるぐらいだったら3ヶ月からできます。で少し柄がもっと複雑になってきましたら6ヶ月、そしてもっともっとこう手を入れますとやっぱり1年っていうふうにものによって大変な差があります。
Another element that is just as important as the dyeing process is the type of cloth that will be used in the kimono. After the dyeing process is over, the cloth is dried. Then it is exposed to hot steam, which completes the process. After this, the cloth is washed in running water. The patterns of the kimono become brighter after they are washed. Following the drying process, the basic cloth can finally be used to make a kimono. One kimono is made from this single piece of cloth. A kimono's price is set according to its cloth, colors, and patterns. Some kimonos can cost tens of thousands of dollars.
上前、後ろ身頃、下前、お袖、して胸、それで全体のお着物になります。
This is a store that sells traditional items. Many customers come here to buy kimono accessories.
伝統文化だし、ちょっとこれなんかはですね、うちは今親が着てないんですけれども、着てるようなお家だとおばあちゃんからお母さんに、お母さんから娘に、またその下にどんどん受け継いでいけるものっていうところもあるので、そういったことができればそれも一つの魅力かなと。
Kimonos were regarded as family heirlooms that were handed down to the next generation. Kimonos have remained popular for their oriental designs and magnificent colors. Recently, kimonos have been highly acclaimed abroad and have become the pride of Japan. This single art piece shows another aspect of Kyoto.
昔からの文化をじっと守るという風習がありました。特に京都の生活というのは質素倹約をもとするようないわゆる心の修行のような生活でありましたので、それはやはり伝統的なもの、あるいは和というようなもの、こういったものを非常に大事にする文化だったと言えます。
It is not uncommon to hear the words tradition and Kyoto in the same sentence. And even the treats have long traditions. Japanese tea ceremonies were perfected in Kyoto. The wagashis in Kyoto are famous for their taste and beauty. Many wagashi stores in Kyoto have been in the business for many generations. People all over Japan visit Kyoto to buy traditional wagashis. The starch is the key to the taste of a wagashi. The skill that goes into making it determines the value of a wagashi. The colorful wagashis are made with natural ingredients and colorful additives. The beauty of the four seasons is embodied in Kyoto's wagashis and differentiates them from wagashis from other regions.
京菓子の特徴はこのように中にね、これ東京なんか大阪はこの色のままですけれども、中に色をこのように潜まして一旦こういうふうに隠して薄いはんなりした色目を出すのが大きな特徴になると思います。
First, you appreciate its shape and texture. Then you taste it with your tongue. Wagashis have beautiful colors and delicate shapes. Wagashi makers, whose families have been in the business for generations, create tiny pieces of art with a distinct Kyoto flavor and ambience. Folks can observe the ancient side of Kyoto in pleasant resting places. They are perfect for warm, friendly chats. We're talking about the obansai, where you can have a light meal with alcoholic drinks. Obansais offer vegetables of the season and are special attractions in Kyoto.
京都のおばんざいっていうか、ここのお店はそういうのが食べれるからね。京野菜ってあそこにあるけれども、そういうものとかこういう置いてあるおばんざいっていうのがパッと食べれて、で栄養的に僕は専門家なんで栄養のバランスが一番取れるのが京都のお野菜のいいところですね。
The special seasonal dish at the obansai is made from kyo yasai, which is a local vegetable grown in Kyoto. In the summer, the manganji togarashi broiled over a grill is popular. Its flavor is a blend of hot peppers and green peppers. The kamo eggplant, a Japanese modified eggplant grown in kamekamo, tastes superb when it is fried after being peeled. The obansai of Kyoto are made with the local vegetables that bless this city. It's a healthy and tasty diet for the people of Kyoto.
であとはもう時期的に春、夏、秋、冬、その春にはタケノコとか、夏はマンガニ、カモナスとか、そういう季節によって順番でお野菜が出てきますけど、そのいわれもやっぱしおばんざいというのは物の順番という形もありますし、その季節の品物を大事に扱っていくのが、それが京都の方の感覚なんですよね。
In Kyoto, traditions are kept alive and every night traditional performances are held to show the unique culture of the city. Surprisingly, the place is packed. Kyoto citizens live their daily lives amid old traditions with relative ease and hardly a sign of fussiness. The refined character of a city that boasts a 1,000-year history charms all visitors.